Now this covering not only affects stuff you grow in the garden, it affects anything you grow. Is anybody here aware of Japanese maple trees? Yeah. Are you? You know, Japanese maple trees are really delicate and small. They don't get big. I want to show you Japanese maple. It's going to blow your mind. Remember, you see in Japan, because it's a small place, they don't have room for trees to get big, so they design stuff that's, say, miniature. Let me show you one here that's going to blow you away. This should show you the power of the covering. Is this, you know, see, again, my challenge is trying to stop things to grow, not to make them grow. They'll work it out. It's good for them.
So how many inches of the chicken?
Well, you can see my grass there.
Yeah.
Not very much.
Really, just that much? Just and so it was just cleared. You put the
I had
newspaper
wood
down.
chips under it. No, this is after years of wood chips started opening up to see all you see everything in my garden, you guys. Everybody listen to me. Everything in my garden is maintained from my yard waste.
Okay.
My yard waste. See, yard waste. My grass clippings, all my weeds, all my expired plants. See those big old broccoli, see those big old cabbage plants? That would be a nightmare to deal with that. I take all that to my chickens, including the ashes out of my stove and all the stuff out of the kitchen. I take it all to them, who produce wonderful eggs, and they turn it back into that stuff. And they do it all. If you guys have you know, compost piles you always turn, you don't get anything that nice. Yeah. And the chickens do it all for free. Everything. I put it all in the chickens. We're going there. You're going to see it.
Oh, perfect.
It's all there,
Okay,
and you're going to see what an incredible job they do. But before we go there,
they're little cultivators, aren't they? They're really digging.
I refer to my chickens as my soil manufacturing plant. I have 20 now. I like to have about 30 because I produce a lot of material. Here, let's walk over. I want to show you this maple tree. You got to.
So you carry all your old plants that have already produced over to your chickens?
Everything goes there. Everything from my ashes from the stove, the stuff out of the kitchen, everything goes to the chicken coop. I want you to notice here, behind this clothesline, in amongst my fir trees in total shade, I want you to notice this Japanese maple tree that's 12 years old. Look where it's growing. It's growing underneath trees that gets no sun. And it's supposed to grow in full sun. They're supposed to grow in full sun. I planted it here because I wanted a small tree. But I made the mistake of putting wood chips over it. You can see the wood chips have all settled and all the roots at the top. Look at the size of that wood. Look at the height of it. This is a 12-year-old Japanese maple. It's not supposed to get big. 12 years old. I'm an arborist. I prune trees for a living. I do Japanese maples. I never use more than an 8-foot ladder. I gotta use a 12-foot ladder to get in this thing.
None of the leaves are green in Utah on that tree, I'll tell you that.
I'm just telling you, these are the kind of things that arrest my attention. I can't miss this. I know God does this kind of stuff to get my attention. Like, hey, you want to see who I am? This is how I do stuff, you know. Now, I want you all. Any of you here think you have soil that's kind of hard to work with? Hard, compacted clay, difficult soil. I want you to introduce you to my soil over here. See my soil? This is the soil that everything you walked on and ate from is growing in. And again, you know, I'm going to break my rake if I try to cultivate this. This is my soil. And everything there, and what I want you to get is that God's not challenged by anything. There's nothing that challenge, and if you put the cover down, everything below it gets changed. I love that.
What did you put instead of the 4 inches? I really think that I might have got more like 6 to 8 inches.
It's fine, but initially you got to pull it back to get to the soil to plant your seeds.
Yeah, it was hard. I bought some supposedly organic seedlings and planted them
I'm glad you. Here's a difficulty about seedlings. Everybody listen to me. This is huge.
Okay.
You've all gone to the store and you look at these gorgeous plants they want to sell you in the spring.
Yeah.
Beautiful, healthy, beautiful, lush. And as soon as you plant them in your garden, and no matter what garden it is, as soon as you plant them, they stand still and go backwards. They don't grow. Here's why. They are grown in sterile environments. Peat moss, vermiculite, perlite is all sterile. nothing grows in it. And they fed them chemical fertilizers to make them grow. And they had them in a warm, protected place. When they came to the real world, they just stopped. You can take, I've taken those plants and planted a seed next to it and watched the seedling totally pass it up and make it dwarf it. Because they were never created.
Do you ever do?
The only thing I start here, because of where I live, I do hot peppers and tomatoes.
Okay.
But I grow them in organic stuff, and before I plant them, for several weeks I bring them out every day and hard them off to the weather so that they're sturdy. Okay. See, that's been in a totally protected environment, raised on sterile material, and when it hits the real world, it just stops. And you're wasting your money. Just plant seeds in season, and they'll do fine. And so it's so pathetic because it looks so nice when you bought it, and then it just goes backwards. And so it's very depressing to you as a gardener. Like, what's up with this? You know. Let's check it. Walk over here. I'm going to show you my herb garden and the chicken pens. And I'm sorry I didn't order the rain, but
It's not supposed to rain in Squam.
but the Browns saying thank you though. Everything else except us is loving the rain.